Everybody say, say, how can I express my gratitude for all the many things you've done for me? Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are my everything. You're my everything. How can I express my gratitude? How can I express my gratitude for all the many things Father, you done for me, yeah. Words are not enough to say thank you. So Lord, you are, you're my everything. Say, I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. I call you Jireh. Lord, my provider. I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. You are my healer. Say, Lord, you are. You're my everything. Uya matinyana. Uya matinyana. Uya matinyana.
It happens to be the very last Saturday of the month of October 2024. The community on the law is back with you, and we bringing you another wonderful discussion this afternoon, courtesy BWF Solicitors. We are going to look at what your options are when your sponsored license is suspended, downgraded, or revoked. You don't need to give up because there's a solution down the line. We have that discussion up our sleeves, and I want to invite you to come join us on the community and the law next.
Hello. Yeah, you're good. Hello. There are several questions in the community when it comes to the law, especially with immigration matters. That is why I'm inviting you to join us on the program, The Community and the Law, live on BWTV and brought to you by BWF Solicitors, our trusted partners when it comes to the law. We are going to have a very massive discussion on some of the issues of immigration matters that bother you. And they have the opportunity to meet you live on the program to explain to you all the updates that have come from the Home Office and also address your questions and concerns that you might have when it comes to the law. The Community and the Law is brought to you every Saturday between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. UK time. We're live on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. At BWF Solicitors, at BWTV, and of course, we urge you to share the program and invite others to join us. Remember, it's at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Saturday, live on BWTV. You have your questions. There are answers. So join us, learn, and empower yourself on the program, The Community and the Law. So pick up the phone and dial 0208 493 7345, or you can send a text 07950 422 780. It's The Community and the Law. My name is Oreku Frimpon, and I am your host.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Tick tock, the clock ticks away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We count to our destination. We've gone January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. And this is the last Saturday of the month of October 2024. My name is Oreku Frimpon, and thank you so very much for joining us on the channel BWTV, BWF Solicitors, both on Facebook and YouTube. And we're bringing you the community and the law. BWF Solicitors, our benefactor and our sponsor, is located on the 4th floor of the Anna House, 214 to 218, Tottenham High Road, Seven Sisters in North London. They deal with all our legal matters and help us unravel all the questions there are about our immigration issues here in the UK. Now, if you want any legal advice, if you want any update from the Home Office, and you want the right strategy to go around solving your legal issues, then you would have to talk to BWF Solicitors. BWF Solicitors, they work Monday to Friday between 9:30 in the morning and 6 p.m. in the evening. And if you want to contact them over the weekend, you have to book an appointment. They are on telephone number 0208 493 7340. I say the number again, 0208 493 7340. They have an office in Ghana, and you can contact them on 055 589 5959. In emergency situations, you can text, WhatsApp, or call 077 127 61884. 077 127 61884. Now, this afternoon, I have a very important discussion to kind of get into with the BWF Solicitors resource persons. And I'm glad to say that we have the senior partner of BWF Solicitors himself here to help us in that discussion. Mr. Bernard Owusu is our resource person and guest on the show. What are your options if your sponsor license is suspended, downgraded, or revoked? There are a couple of other things that we would want to look at when it comes to the skilled worker route. And you know, he is so well versed in this area that you don't want to miss this session for all the gold you can find in the world. So come join us, come let us go into that journey, and then we'll have answers to our question what your options will be if your sponsor's license was suspended, downgraded, or revoked. In the meantime, remember the whole of October we said we celebrating breast cancer awareness and also Black History Month. Now we ending all these activities that we have had from the very first day of the month to today being the last Saturday of the month, and we're saying that whatever you have learned, whatever reflections you have made, please make sure that we carry that throughout the next year, so that next October 2026 or 2025, so to speak, when we come back to look at all these things, we would have some lessons that we would have learned. So remember, we are kind of ending our celebrations of Black History and, of course, breast cancer awareness. Now, let me get you some updates that will help you, especially those who are here in the UK. All BRP holders, you can now create the UKVI accounts for the e-visa account that we have always been talking about. The Home Office has announced that its e-visa portal has now opened to all biometric residents permit holders from the 6th of August 2024. So we've gone through August, we've gone through September. So if you haven't really opened your account, the Home Office is saying that you can do that. You don't need to wait for any prompting from them. You have to do that because all the BRPs are expiring on the 31st of December this year. The e-visa, remember, as I said, will replace BRPs, biometric resident cards, passport endorsements, and vignette stickers by the end of 2024. The transition applies to all visa holders regardless of nationality or visa type. We can also confirm that Ghana passports can now be uploaded on your e-visa portal, so you don't have to be worried about that. If you have any issues, you can contact the BWF's solicitor team of law specialists for advice and assistance in relation to UK visa application. You can call BWF solicitors on 0208 493 7340. Remember 0208 493 7340. This afternoon, I'll try and do something with you. We'll try and see if there are any challenges with your BRP or your e-visa account, and we'll help to sort that. I mentioned that from the 31st of December 2024, all BRPs would expire. Okay. Now, if they expire, you're going to replace them. The Home Office says no. Everything is going on to the online portal, so you don't need to be holding a BRP card. On the 26th of September 2024, this year, the Home Office amended various guidance documents to reflect the withdrawal of the replacement biometric residence permit as BRP service on that day as part of the ongoing move to fully digital immigration status from the 1st of January 2025. There was no separate announcement to this effect. Details of this development and the separate email sent to stakeholders on the same day was as follows. You may have received an email like this. And it says the closure of the BRP replacement will affect the following cohorts: non-EEA national family members of EEA nationals whose biometric residence card have expired, persons whose BRP or BRC has been lost or stolen, and persons whose relevant personal details on their BRP or BRC have changed. If you have had your name, your gender, nationality, or facial appearance changed significantly, you are affected as well. BRP holders will already have a UKVI account, but BRP holders should create one in order to access an e-visa. They can use their passport and last visa application reference number to create their UKVI account, but they should also still report the loss or theft of the BRP. So remember that from the 31st of December 2024, all BRP cards will expire. But before then, if you lose it, report it. If you have created your UKVI account, you don't need to worry about that. But still, if you have lost it, report it and make sure that things are going well for you. And now, another guidance has come through, and I would want you to really take note of that. The Home Office confirmed in an update to its online immigration status guidance page that biometric resident permits will no longer be issued from 31st of October 2024. So today is the what? The 26th of October. Now, in 5 days' time, they will no longer issue biometric cards. Remember, this information was previously sent in an email to stakeholders on the 26th of September 2024. It has not been announced publicly on the gov.uk, and I'm now telling you it's there. In a separate development, about 2 weeks or so back, the Home Office updated its travel documents. No time limit guidance for caseworkers, including to reduce the general evidential burden as regards evidence of residence, in line with a letter from the Minister of Immigration, Seema Malhotra, Member of Parliament, to the Immigration Law Practitioners Association and others of the 1st of October. Now, what this all is saying is that that announcement is now made. The public is aware, and you would have to note and remember that from the 31st of October 2024, the Home Office is not going to issue any new BRPs. Again, I want to reiterate and stress that if you have your BRP and it says that it expires on the 31st of December 2024, make sure you mind to open your UKVI or e-visa account. From the 1st of January 2025, those cards will no longer be working. I know they may make some provisions for people to be amending and correcting some details here and there. But remember, from the 31st of December, it will expire. Even though your visa may not have expired, but the card itself will expire, and everything will be transferred and moved on to the online portal. Please remember and do this for your own good. Okay? Thank you very much. One good news within our fold is that our brother, our legal assistant in the Ghana office, Emmanuel Ampia, is celebrating his birthday. Ima, congratulations on your new milestone. We appreciate you. It's all about you. So take moments to celebrate your amazing self. May this year bring you so much joy, happiness, as you bring to those around you. Cheers to new adventures. May you have cherished memories, and all your dreams, may they come through. So truly, we appreciate you and want to say we celebrate you and your day. Happy birthday, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing. BWF solicitors, the family, clients, and everybody that's on the channel here is much appreciated of you. Congratulations. Happy birthday, my brother. Okay, now our nugget for this week, we're looking at sole responsibility and children's visa application. I want to just reiterate that if you follow us on social media, on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok, you realize that we put a lot of information out. I'm talking about BWF solicitors. One of the things we put out this week was about sole responsibility in children's visa application. Now, it says that a parent might demonstrate that they have sole responsibility where they want to bring a non-British child to the UK to live with them if the other parent is alive. However, it does not apply where both parents will be living together in the UK or where only one parent is alive. It means the sponsoring parent must have continuing control and direction in respect of the important decisions about the child's upbringing. This means you take all the major decisions in their life, including education, faith they are raised in, health, and medical. Well, of course, the list is not exhaustive. The fact that a child may not live with or be geographically close to a parent does not exclude the parent from having parental responsibility. Now, this is quoted from the Home Office Casework Guidance, Family Life as a Partner or Parent, and Exceptional Circumstances, 17th of May, 2024. We'll be getting Uncle Ben to take us through some of these things and a few technical things that we would want you to learn and know when it comes to your e-visa and all the other bits. You'd want to stay on, don't you? So if you just joined us, just go on there, like the page, click on the notification button so when we put up any content, you will be notified and you join us. And also share the page so others will enjoy the kind of experience and knowledge we are benefiting from this afternoon. And it's all from the stables of BWF Solicitors, our trusted partners when it comes to the law. Let's break and we'll come back to continue.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contested and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340 or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Hello. There are several questions in the community when it comes to the law, especially with immigration matters. That is why I'm inviting you to join us on the program, The Community and the Law, live on BWTV and brought to you by BWF Solicitors, our trusted partners when it comes to the law. We are going to have a very massive discussion on some of the issues of immigration matters that bother you. And they have the opportunity to meet you live on the program to explain to you all the updates that have come from the Home Office and also address your questions and concerns that you might have when it comes to the law. The Community and the Law is brought to you every Saturday between 4 p.m. and 6 p.m. UK time. We're live on all social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. At BWF Solicitors, at BWTV, and of course, we urge you to share the program and invite others to join us. Remember, It's at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. every Saturday, live on BWTV. You have your questions. There are answers. So join us, learn, and empower yourself on the program, The Community and the Law. So pick up the phone and dial 0208-493-7345. Or you can send a text 07950 422-780. It's The Community and the Law. My name is Oreku Frimpong, and I am your host.
Welcome back, and thank you for sticking around. I know those of you who have joined us, as I asked you to do that, you do the needful for us. And like the page, share, and then invite others to join us as well. Remember, we get into December, and the Senior Partners Appreciation Award will be coming to people. This afternoon, I will be letting you know some of the people who have really shared. I will pick one of the weeks and let you know how people are sharing. Well, I think I've got it now here. Tilly Duma is always leading the pack. Eunice Akumi, Tilly is going up with 1,338 points. Eunice has 330. Promise you have 274. Then Tiamwa 210. You guys, the gap between Tilly and you is it's so wide. No, share more, because Tilly has won the prize for 2 years running. I believe somebody else would have to overtake her. But yeah, what you have to do is to share, and show your appreciation to the page. So, well, if you are doing that, thank you. If you're not doing it, I will urge you to do that. Now, first of all, I mentioned that today we're so privileged to have the senior partner himself here with us to lead us in the discussion what our options are if our sponsors licenses was suspended, downgraded, or revoked. We haven't had him for a very long time on the program, so listen, let's shout for joy, because very busy, very, very occupied, but he's made time to join us this afternoon. Uncle Ben, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kwaki.
Well, I think it's been ages, I should say.
It has been.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing absolutely fine.
Well, we thank God for small mercies.
Yes.
Well, folks, Uncle Ben is here. So get your questions ready, get your concerns ready. You can text 0739920848. You can join us on the phone when we activate the line 0208-493-7345. Or you can put your comments in the comment section on Facebook and YouTube. And remember, we are at BWF Solicitors on Facebook, BWF Solicitors YouTube, BWTV Facebook, BWTV YouTube as well. Again, we there's a lot. In fact, today, if time will permit us, we'll do everything. And if you allow us, we ask you to stay on a bit more. Okay. But 31st October is coming. 31st December is coming. We have been talking about this e-visa and BRP cards expiring and all that. Do we have to have any cause for concern?
Well, I'll say yes and no. I'm a very positive person, so I like to emit positivity around where I go. But also, we have to face reality. Unfortunately, some have not even plugged in to listen, or listen not applied, or applied not applied successfully. So there are three categories of people. As I spoke to you last night, I spoke to someone who is actually coming from Ghana next week, actually, to have his wet ink and paper visa for him and his wife converted so that he can do the e-visa. Unfortunately, without a conversion, you can't do it. We also know that by next week, Thursday, the UKBA will not issue BRPs. So nobody's going to get a biometric resident permit from next week, Thursday. And what that means is that if you get a grant, your grant will come with some form of a letter, which happens now by email, and through that you will be able to set up your e-visa. The e-visa is key.
Okay.
So I did say that we'll spend about 5 minutes on this.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, what I've realized is that people are setting up the e-visa and not doing the whole rack of activity that they should do.
Okay.
The e-visa itself, once you've set it up, you need to upload your passport.
Okay.
Because it's not your biometric residence card which is going to be used as the key to open the e-visa.
Okay.
And as we're here, every country in the world has access to your e-visa if you go on.
Okay.
The UKBA has ensured that every country in the world now has access to your e-visa.
Why?
So that by the 31st of December, when we all plug in, when you're coming back to your country, you scan your passport, and your passport is the key to the e-visa, which will allow them to see the sort of residency you have in the UK. So this is what I'm going to tell the community. Set up your e-visa.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've set up your e-visa, I want you to do two things. One, make sure that your passport, you take a picture of your passport. Don't cover up those numbers and it looks like
marks.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Those long marks at the bottom of the bio page.
Mm-hmm.
Don't cover them. Make sure when you take your picture, you take the complete line of numbers and alphabets.
Mm-hmm.
There's a name for it. It's a strip. It's a security strip. Because I didn't realize that when you upload your passport, the Ghana passport,
mm-hmm.
you know, I used to complain that our passport is not built for e-visa yet.
Mm.
But the UKBA listened, and now they've converted a system. They've put in an AI which can read the Ghana passport. And yesterday, a client came, so we did it. I've been doing it for months and months now.
Mm-hmm.
So you take a picture of your passport, a picture, please, not a scan.
A picture.
I said a picture. So use your phone to take the picture.
Okay.
Save the picture if you're using a laptop or a desktop on your laptop. Then go into your e-visa portal
mm-hmm.
or go to update UKVI account.
Okay.
When you say update UKVI account,
mm-hmm.
it allows you to go into your account. You see your picture, but you also see other data. You see details, contact details,
okay.
key.
Yeah.
Put your address in there. People are not doing it. People are not doing it. It's not complete. Because it's supposed to be your complete evidence of residence in the UK.
That's right. Yeah.
So go in there. I wish we had somebody. Listen, next week, I won't be here next week, but the week after, somebody should come here. I'd like to do these things live so that people can understand what I'm saying. You go in there,
but we can still do it because it's quite pertinent. Those of you who are online with us and you have not updated your e-visa account so fully, if you don't mind, we can give you that privacy. We can hide certain details of yours. But if you want to do it live with us, you can call in and do that. Producer, if you can put the link for the video in there, anybody can pick it up, and then you do that. The last time when we're doing that trial, people called in. There was this gentleman who helped us so very well. It could be that this same person, you may not have completed it. So you can join us now. Uncle Ben has the time for you, so we can do this and do it very well because it is beneficial to the community. So if you can see us, you see we have HTTPS. That says that the link is secure, so you don't have to be worried about that. And it's :/2/guest.ecom.live/2cc2ac42f. Pick it up, and if you want to join us, you can do that. Yes, Uncle Ben, sorry.
So once you've set up your e-visa, you haven't finished. As I've told you, take a picture with your phone of your bio page of your passport. Upload the passport. Now, once you've uploaded, it will tell you scanning your passport. Then you should know it's working. Once it's scanned, the information embedded in your passport will be displayed on the screen.
Okay.
Once the information is displayed, please say update. It updates it. It will tell you that we are going to update your information. Don't worry. Then go to contact information, put in address. People don't put in the addresses.
Okay.
Once you put in your address, that's complete. Give it about an hour or so. You can then use your passport. Don't use your bio card again. BRP. No. Use your passport to log in into your BRP. What you do is that you use your passport number, you put in there, and it will take you to your e-visa. And this is something that I wanted the community to know.
I really now get it. I think last week I was trying to pose that question. There's this gentleman who says that he has created his account and he wanted to go back in there. And he was asked to put in the BRP number again, and it looked like he had started the process all over again. So it means that he has not updated his record.
No, he hasn't finished the process.
Okay.
Another problem that I found is in relation to the scanning of the card. Because it's a security feature, your bio card, your BRP, will have to be scanned by your phone. So the BRP can only be scanned by your phone through an app, which is a UKVI app for identity check. Now, when it says scan your face, when it says scan the BRP, so first of all, it takes a picture of the back.
Okay.
And then it takes a picture of the front. It will tell you it's been successfully taken. Please, once you take a picture of the front, don't rush. Pause there. Put the card down. Put your phone on the front of the card before you press scan the card.
Oh.
What I've noticed is that people press the scan before they put the phone on the card. When you do that, the scanning starts immediately you press it. And at the time you press the scan, the phone is not on your card, so you'll be scanning your palm. Your palm is not your card. And that is why it returns error messages.
That's right.
And therefore, put a phone on the BRP before you press scan. It will scan. Once it scans, then you have to go and scan your face, and then you take a picture. Please. Some of us, our ear is not proportionate. For example, somebody like me, I think my right ear is bigger than my left ear. Some of you have smaller ears. Make sure when you're taking your picture, both ears are visible. If it means you tilt your face, please tilt it. And also open your eye. Those people with sexy eyes, please, for once, open your eye. The other thing that I've also noticed is those people who put on those eyelashes thing. I don't know what it's called. But what you're doing is that you're covering your pupil because the scanning is taking a print of your pupil as they do with a Ghana card. And that is why the scanning sometimes is not successful. So the problems we identify is women wearing headgear to cover their ears. That is a no-no. Your people not looking into the camera and open their eye, and some women also having too long eyelashes, which means that their pupil are not scanned. These are some of the problems that I have identified.
Now, you said that we needed to use this app from the Home Office. Online or the App Store or Google Play, there are two of them. I'm trying to see if I can put this. This one says ID check.
Yeah.
Is this the one we are supposed to use?
That's it.
There's another one with a purple background.
That's
this one.
The EU one.
That's the EU one.
No, this is the one that we have to use.
This is the one that we have to use. So the one with the purple background is what
correct.
people should be looking to. Okay. So those of you who have not done it or you would want to do it now, this is the app that you have to use. I want to bring that up again. You realize the one at the top, UK Immigration ID Check, is the one that we should be using.
That's correct.
That's
the one with the purple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So if you are not aware, we can take that one off. Thank you. If you are not aware, when you go on your Google Store or App Store, look for that one because there may be two of them in there. And Uncle Ben has said that make sure your pupil is showing. Make sure your ears, as big as mine, they should be showing. If you have a nice forehead like me, make sure it's on there. If the light is shining on it, at least tilt it so well that you know. Sylvester says, how I use my BRP to register. How do I upload my passport?
Okay. Well, so when you go into your account, now once you've done the e-visa, come out.
Okay.
Come out, close it, log out, log out, and then just say update UKVI account.
Okay.
Just say that on Google. Ada, let's see whether we can find it.
Okay.
Update UKVI account. So when you say update UKVI account, you can use your BRP because that's what you use to set up the account.
Okay.
Yes, that's the second one. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So you go down and say start. Yeah, that's it. You sign in. Just go to sign in. It will ask you, what did you use to sign in? Obviously, it's your BRP. So you use your BRP. It will ask you to put in the number. You put in the number, and then your account will open. And then you will see your details on the left. And then the details, which is the contact details, updated with your address. And then when you look at the top, you will see document update. Click on document update. Upload your passport, and bingo, you are in.
Oh, Akuben, you have really unlocked this thing because we have a lot of people complaining, I can't finish, I can't upload this or that. Listen, that's the expert talking. So, update UKVI account is where the trick is. Follow the prompts, follow every instruction on there, and make sure that you click from the top update details and you will be there. And thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You made us miss you so much.
The last thing I want to add is, listen, the Home Office is giving £10 million to communities to help. The Ghanaians, we didn't go for it. We didn't go for some. So let me speak my Ghanaian English. The Home Office gave £10 million for e-visa to the communities. And the sad thing for me is that we spend our time on social media to do very unproductive stuff.
Obviously.
Gossip, and gossip. The Indians have gone for the money. The Pakistanis have gone
for this simple process.
Oh, yes. Because the Home Office realized that it's a problem. Not everybody has a smartphone. Not everybody can read. So they gave the money to community organizations. I'm not sure why our chairman Ghana Union
we didn't hear that.
But also, for you to get that money, you should have been helping people already. So it doesn't have to seem as if you just want the money. Listen, I've always sounded a caution to us. We came here to develop ourselves.
That's right.
So some communities are developing very, very fast. You go to the hospitals, most of the minority doctors are Chinese, Pakistanis, and Indian. Yes, we've got some Africans there. Please, let's spend our time productively. The gossips and the stuff on the social media where people go and congregate and be so unproductive. And when this thing was going on, I mean, if somebody is even making a profit of £1,000 out of the whole thing, that is money that is coming to the community. Instead of us paying money out, the government is giving us money that. But BWF solicitors, because we are community lawyer, the government hasn't given us money. But please come to us. I will assist you. I like to do it myself. Yes, my support staff also do it. But when you come, I will take my time. Even when we're very, very busy, we prefer that you book. But if you don't book and you turn up, we do it for people. There are people who say, now may cost here. There's no cost to it. It's free. Yes, I've seen 1 or 2 cases where they've gone out and given tip to some of our staff. I don't have a problem with that. But it's free. If you're struggling to do your e-visa, come, we'll do it for you. There are a class of people who have a wet ink, no time limit, or have a vignette. Your case, dear. If you don't solve it now, we may have a problem. Let's talk to each other. I've said to the churches, this is such a significant issue. We should be preaching about this in the churches.
That's right.
Part of our announcement should be, do your e-visa. The churches should be setting up tables after church, even 2 or 3 tables. Say, who are our BRP? If you've got a BRP and you haven't done your e-visa, come. Uncle Ben is trained 2, 3 of our staff. They will help you to do that. This is how you can be productive to your community.
That's right.
For me, there's nothing more important than leaving a legacy as a human being, so that others can say, this is what this man did for me or this woman did for me. And for that reason, I'm a better person today than I was when he met me.
BWF Solicitors is on the 4th floor of Vienna House, 214 to 218, Tottenham High Road, North London. They work Monday to Friday between 9:30 in the morning and 6 p.m. in the evening. The invitation is open to you and everybody. Come over and let's help you sort out your e-visa account, because it is said that a stitch in time saves 9. Don't wait till the 1st of January 2025, and unfortunately you may be coming from outside of the UK and you may be stuck. Don't say we didn't tell you. 0208 493 7340. Book an appointment. At least come visit us. And whilst you are here visiting us, we can sort out your e-visa account for you. And for any other legal issue, especially with immigration matters and all that, call and visit. For emergency cases, 077 127 61884. I say that again, 077 127 61884. And the other bit that we wanted to look at was they say sole responsibility.
Okay, that's what I get.
Yes, in bringing and children's visa application. Now, this sole responsibility, I don't know whether it's something we should be scared of. Break it down for us. It says that a parent must demonstrate that they have sole responsibility where they want to bring their non-British children to live with them in the UK if the other parent is alive. But then the caveat is it does not apply where both parents will be living together in the UK or where one parent is alive and all those things. You know our community. We know the kind of families we have. We know the kind of issues we have and the rest of it. What is the say?
Well, Kweku, it's sometimes it really gets me upset that the Home Office puts this wrench into people's wills and makes it very difficult for families to be reunited with their young children. This sole responsibility really affects our community most, because some of us came here temporary, and then if we have children in Ghana or Africa, we go and bring them once we're settled. And therefore, the requirement that either both parents should be living here, and even in some instances where both parents are here, if one parent doesn't have status and it's only the other parent who has a status, they will still apply the sole responsibility. So what they're saying is that the sole responsibility is to test that you continue to have control and direction of your child. And what that means is that you have not abandoned your child and you have not abdicated your responsibility. You may have delegated your responsibility, and the case law, case of Yemen and Yemen and other cases, and the Home Office guidance, which is the 17th of May 2024, clearly explains what this means. What this means is that physically you're not there.
Okay.
But whoever you left this child with, that person takes instructions from you to provide for the child. Okay. But this is how I want people to take it. Yesterday I was speaking to a lady who wanted to bring her child. It hasn't gone well. She's very unhappy. And I told her it's not because she's a bad mother. She's a good mother. That is why she came here, to better herself. And now that she feels that she's comfortable to bring her child, they are making it impossible for her to bring her child. The other time we showed the statistics, which shows that it's really affecting minorities. The problem is to do with the way they assess sole responsibility.
Okay.
So if you left Ghana today, remember that, let's say you're 35 years. You had your children at the age of 25. Your first child is 10. The second child is 6. The last one is 3. All their lives, you have been their carer. Okay? You've had parental responsibility. If you leave them today, and you arrive here tomorrow, and you apply for them on Tuesday, they will tell you don't have sole responsibility. How that is possible, I have no idea. So when you're making your application, don't just dwell on the absence. Take the application from the beginning of the children's life and tell a story.
Okay.
So my child was born at Kolebu, and when we had a child, I took 6 months maternity leave. I was working at this place, and I, breastfed the child from this age to that age. You know what you're doing? You're telling them, I mean, who breastfeeds your child? It's you.
It's you. Yeah.
So that emotional attachment, so you're telling a story. And then at the age of 3, my child went to nursery. At the age of 6, he went to a preparatory school. Let's say Morning Star Preparatory School or John Terry Memorial Preparatory School. I found the school. The school is 2 miles from my office. So I drop the child every morning before I go to work. And I did that. Their father and I separated when they were born. So really, he hasn't been in their lives. And as you can see, and this is where the school writes a letter. That
to
when,
support,
not after you left in Kwao, it's when you were in Ghana, this is what you did. You found the school for them. You were paying the school fees. You attended the parents' evening. If you've got pictures of that, and when you were in Ghana, you were doing your child's homework with the child. The things you did with the child, the pictures you have, let's say parents' evening, you go and do, you know, the ones we do with the egg on the spoon. I forgot what it's called.
And the egg race.
You know, you've done
sack race and all that.
Race, and you know, when we were younger, our parents used to come and run. It was so embarrassing seeing your father run in a sack and all those. But you did it with your child.
That's right.
So you've told the story, and then you've been in the UK 6 months, let's say 1 year. This child is 9. You've left the child for only 1 year. So when we say who has responsibility, we are counting the number of years as well. The law says that it can be recent, it can be old. So we are adding
all of them.
9 years. I've looked after this child for 8 years. I only left a year ago. And I haven't abandoned the child. See all the telephone calls I've made, the WhatsApp messages, the money transfers, the school that I've spoken to. And indeed, when the school writes their letter, from the beginning, go to the primary school and the nursery, let them all write letters. But where they are now, whatever they are writing, they should say how often you call. They should also add that they are also aware that the kids live with their maternal grandmother. But apart from that, when you're paying the school fees, you call them and they tell you how much it is. Sometimes they send it to you by WhatsApp. You've got it on WhatsApp. And then you put in your application. This affects both people who are here temporarily and people who are here permanently. It affects a lot more of our people on skilled migrant routes. And therefore, they find it difficult bringing their children. Because some of them have been here 3 months, 4 months, and they're still refusing them for sole responsibility. What I tell people is that don't give up, because they are making a subjective assessment instead of an objective assessment. You do your admin review because there's no right of appeal for skilled workers, but for family route appendix FM or under a 276, 310, 320, 297, which is indefinite leave for the child, you can appeal against it. And most of the appeals are won. But the admin review is the same home office who are going to look at the case. And the only time they will overturn it is if they made an error. And it might be a factual error or a legal error. Don't end there. They may come back after a few months and say, we don't accept it. Don't stop. Please, take them to court. I know it's going to be expensive, but we need to start letting these people know that your child is your child. And they cannot just, separate families.
It's breaking down. I mean, it's creating a lot of social issues. Right.
So, the bottom case scenario for me is when you're making these applications, write a story. And if they refuse it, because you've written a story and it's a story which shows the genesis of your child's life to when you left, any reasonable person, not the Home Office, they're not reasonable people, but any reasonable person will see that even in your absence, you're still taking abiding interest in your child and you're exercising control and direction, and you have not abdicated, but you have delegated your responsibility.
You have not abdicated, but you have delegated your responsibility. Tell the story. Make sure you do it from the very beginning to where it is that you're doing that, because it stands to reason that your family is your family and you don't have to get somebody's judgment, subjective judgment, to break it up. So remember, you have to show you take all the major decisions in their life, including education, faith, they are raised in, health, and medical. The list obviously is not exhaustive. And again, the fact that a child may not live with or be geographically close to a parent does not exclude that parent from having parental responsibility. If you have any questions and you want any further clarification, you want support with that, please call BWF Solicitors on 0208 493 7340. But for this program, when the lines are active, you can call 0208 493 7345. Send a text, WhatsApp to 07399 208 468, and we'll do that. Now, are you ready for the deep thing? What are your options when your sponsor license is either downgraded, cancelled, or whatever? There's a reason I'm asking you to join me in this discussion, because people are suffering. There is a way out. And today, the senior partner of BWF Solicitors is here to lead us in that discussion. BWF Solicitors, this is a story from them. We'll be right back.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specialising in a range of legal services. Welcome to BWF Solicitors, a trusted and experienced law firm specialising in immigration and nationality, appeals and judicial review, dispute resolution, family and matrimonial, and other family law disputes with international context. These include matters such as private child arrangement orders, contestant and uncontested divorce, non-molestation for domestic violence, and financial remedy. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you at such a difficult time. Our advice is delivered in a confidential and sensitive manner. Meet Bernard Owusu, our esteemed senior partner. With over 32 years of experience and known for his expertise and dedication to serving our clients and the community. BWF Solicitors stands for integrity, respect, excellence, teamwork, diversity, inclusion, and service to the community. We provide tailored assistance specific to your case. At BWF Solicitors, every day is filled with dedication, creativity, and a commitment to finding the best solutions for our clients. Our team at BWF Solicitors is ready to assist you with all your legal needs. You can find us at the 4th floor, Anna House, 214 to 218 High Road, Seven Sisters, London, N15 4NP. Our main office line is 0208 493 7340, or our emergency line is 07712 761 884.
Hello and welcome back. Thank you for sticking around. We're live on BWTV, BWF Solicitors, both on Facebook and YouTube. and all social media platforms. And I know you are doing the needful. Share, 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 and invite people to come join us. This afternoon, the senior partner of BWF Solicitors, our benefactors and our sponsors and our resource group, is here to help us unravel what it is that we can do, what our options are, if it is that we have to face a situation where we have the sponsor license either upgraded, downgraded, revoked, or cancelled. What are we going to do? Uncle Ben, skilled worker route and the challenges with it. What will happen that will make either one of those licenses downgraded, cancelled, or probably revoked?
Yeah, well, Kwaku, we've discussed aspects of this before, and what we always talk about is 5 duties of every sponsor, including ensuring that you comply with the UK law, UK immigration law. You also comply with the reporting duties, record keeping, especially your HR system and others. So it can be one reason or the other.
Right.
And that's why the compliance visit comes in. And then once the compliance visit comes in, sometimes a compliance visit doesn't come through intelligence. They suspend your license, subject you to compliance investigation. And then once the compliance investigation is finished, they take one of 3 decisions. Either cancel your license, downgrade your license, or restore your license. And it's critical for all of us to understand that when this whole thing started, we did warn that we should not abuse it. And unfortunately, some abused it, some still continue to abuse it. Every week, I receive no less than 10 reports of an abuse, and obviously seeking legal help as to how to deal with it. So the Home Office is aware of the abuse in the industry. And that is why now it's so difficult to even get a license. And even once you've got a license, it's very difficult to get a COS or a defined COS, which will enable you to employ people in the UK or bring people from outside. So if your license is downgraded, it's not as serious as any of the 2, which is a suspension or the revocation. The revocation is the most serious aspect, and sometimes there could be prosecution as well. I'm aware of cases where people are being prosecuted, including some of the members of staff who are working. Yes, because they may be part of the reason why the investigation happened, and therefore, when the Home Office takes enforcement action, it takes it against the proprietor who is the license on the sponsor, and also the person who is sponsored. But it's a very difficult thing, and the reason why the topic, if you cast your mind back, we've spent over 2 months on this part of the skilled route. We want to show people how they can come out of this particular conundrum. And the straitjackets, unfortunately, sometimes is such that the nature of your qualification and experience, you cannot leave, so you have to stay. But we want to be able to point people to other aspects where they can rely on. And also to the sponsors. Listen, I have on my books about 10 sponsors. There's some that I started with. At the time we started, their turnover was about $1 million, just over $1 million. I've got one in particular, their turnover is over 7 million now, and this is 2 years of work with them. They are investing in their business, they're buying more businesses, expanding, recruiting. They've issued over 300 COS and defined COS. So they're working. Not one of their employees has complained to me. Maybe they complain to other people or they go to other lawyers. But as far as I'm aware, they don't have issues with work because it's always looking for investment and investing in other business, buying other care homes and care agencies, using it. There are also those who see it as a quick money-making venture, and therefore when the money comes, they take it and go and sit in America, or they take it and go and buy houses in Ghana, and therefore they don't invest in the business. Whatever your intention is, if you're involved in this and you've brought people here and you can't find them work, those people that you can't find work for, some of them are here because you told them to come, and there may be arrangements in place. So if they are here and they can't find work, the two of you are actually breaching the immigration rules. And for you, for example, if it happens that they've now realized that you're not complying with your duties as a sponsor, that is when the compliance enforcement takes place. And then unfortunately, they may have to revoke your license. It can be very stressful. I've seen businesses where they've suspended their license. One case in particular, it was just around the Christmas holidays. And at the time I was in Ghana, I spent all my time to defend her. We were able to get her out and her license was restored. But the conversation I had with her was, you see, you don't listen. Because what I do with my clients is that I create a very easy bite-sized advice for them so that they don't have to be coming to me all the time for advice on what to do so that they don't face problems.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's get to where, unfortunately, we've gotten into one of those three situations. I would want us to look at it from the standpoint of the license holder and the person that has been employed. What can either side do?
Okay, well, I mean, if the license is suspended or revoked or downgraded?
Yes.
Okay, so this is a very complex area. What we're doing from this week is to segregate the areas that you don't need anybody's involvement.
Okay.
So you don't need anyone to sponsor you. So the focus today is to show people that there are areas where you don't need sponsorship.
Okay.
And our focus today and over the coming weeks is going to be on this. We're going to take each area. They're very broad and detailed.
Okay.
So we're going to take each area and explain it better over the next few weeks.
Okay.
I will do short videos and also do my blog and everything to help. This topic that we're doing, I've written an article which is on our website.
Right.
So,
the website is www.bwfsolicitors.com. www.bwfsolicitors.com. So those of you who have your smartphones, you're behind your computer and all that, this is the page on your screen now. So click on resources go there.
Go to blog.
Go to blog. It brings up all the articles.
That's
there. So can senior workers already on the route can still bring their children? What happens if your sponsor's license is downgraded, suspended, or revoked? Several of them. This is a resource for everybody, and I know he would say it, but I want to preempt it to say that other lawyers can go here and get material for your work as well. So that is one resource I would want you to really concentrate on. bwfsolicitors.com. Go to resources. There are videos, there are blogs, there are articles you can really use and to enhance your knowledge and strengthen your positions.
Okay, so we're going to look at areas where you don't need anyone. So, for example, if I'm working for a sponsor and I have hints that the license has been suspended, I don't have to hang around. Why should I wait for Home Office to write
you don't need to.
And say we're giving you 60 days? So as soon as you know that your sponsor's license has been suspended, or your sponsor is not giving you work, or you're even in Ghana or Africa, you want to come to the UK, there are areas where you can come. The first one is what we call the high potential individual, the HPI. That one is very clear. If you went to any of the top 50 world-ranked universities, the UK government will give you 3 years to come and work free. You can go and do anything. If you like, if you want to go and do, if you went to Oxford and you want to go and do cleaning, that's up to you. But you don't need
the top ranked 50
Yes.
universities.
So let's go to GUL, Global University List. Let's go to GUL.
Yeah, Prof, can we please go there, because I have some answers in my head. I want to see if that will be the GUL. Just Google it, GUL, Global University List. If you are watching with us, you can go on that on your phone. Let me see if I can get it on my phone for myself as well. GUL.
Okay, let me show you.
Okay, if you got it, please let's share it. Global University. I've got Global University rankings in 2024.
Yeah, so that gives you the first 50. You want to see the first 50.
Okay.
So the first one is University of Oxford.
Yes.
The second one is Harvard, University of Cambridge, Stanford University. I click on the 21 more rows. Yes. So if you went to any of these universities, the first 50, you can come to the UK because you're what we call HPI, High Potential Individual. Now, I know that's my university. University of Ghana is not yet in there, but it may be in there one day. Okay. But these are the universities.
In fact, that was an obvious question I was going to ask. University of Ghana was that? Anyway.
So, if you went to any of these universities, you don't need anyone to sponsor you. All you need to do is to present your university certificate to the British High Commission, apply for a visa, and say, I went to one of these universities. You can come and work in the UK for 3 years. Nobody cares.
Oh, wow.
And you can do anything. So that's the first one. The second one is what we call the global talent.
Okay.
The global talent is an unsponsored visa for anyone who is a potential leader or who is a talented entrepreneur or a talented leader. So we've got experienced talent and potential experience. The difference between the two is that anyone who has a potential in humanities, science, research, academia, arts, music, culture, design, and all those things, those people can apply for what we call the global talent. The global talent is also an unsponsored route. So if you're here and you're working for someone and the license is revoked, or you're not getting work and you want to move on, if my focus today will be on technology, because there are other things. There's music, there's designing, architectural, humanities, research, lecturing, but today our focus is on tech. If you look at all these technical skills, artificial intelligence, natural language processing, CTO, cybersecurity experts, development, experienced back-end developers, experienced data scientists, experienced front-end developers, experienced mobile app developers, experienced UX, all these people, if you have this experience and you've worked in the industry for up to 5 years, you are a potential talent.
Okay.
So again, you will need to make an application to UK Tech Nation. The UK Tech Nation is a group or an organization that has been approved by the Home Office to, approve your application. And this process is very easy.
Okay.
So those people who have experience in cybersecurity, even people who do social media marketing for fintechs. So, for example, you work for a big fintech. Which big fintech? Well, business in Ghana is one of the big fintechs. So, for example, if somebody's worked for KGL, we have developers who do app and all those things.
Okay.
Those people can come and work in the UK, or if you're here, they will give you 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And after 5 years, you get indefinite leave.
Okay, I was going to ask, does it lead to indefinite
Yeah.
leave to remain? Yeah.
And if you've been in the tech industry for up to 10 years, for over 5 years, you are an experienced talent.
Okay.
And therefore, they will give you 3 years, and after 3 years, you get indefinite leave. The way to get into it, because of time, I'm running quickly, but this week we get a full video on the global talent tech.
Okay.
We'll do designing, architectural, humanities, research. We'll do all of them.
Oh.
We'll cover all of them.
Okay.
And I'll try and write articles about them as well. But the emphasis is on tech.
Okay.
So, like 2 guys came to me 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
One is in the cybersecurity business, and the other one is in software development. And they've all done 5 years. So what we did is that we now put them forward to Tech Nation,
Mm-hmm.
and within 3 weeks they've been approved.
Okay.
So we put in the visa application. It took just a month, and they've been successful. So from the beginning to the end, it's less than 2 months.
Okay.
So if you're here and you've got experience in tech, whether in Ghana or everywhere, you need to write a CV. You need to get a recommendation from the people you've worked for. And then in addition to the recommendation, they need to also show how you have impacted the tech industry.
Okay.
And what impact you bring to the UK. That's all you need to do. Once you've done that, the Tech Nation will approve you. And once they approve you, what they are looking for is evidence of who is financing you, whether you're a danger to this country, because people who work in the tech industry,
it could be very dangerous. Yeah.
So they need to make sure that they're weeding out all those people, and the process is seamless. If you are approved, as I said, if you are a potential talent, you get 5 years. So after 5 years, you get indefinitely. You don't need anybody to sponsor you. You don't need a care visa.
Would you have to procure an employment, for instance?
No.
You come in and you fend for yourself.
All you're saying is that this is my experience from Ghana. I'm in the UK now. I'm working as a carer, but I have got this experience from Ghana. I've done it for 5 years. This is my CV. This is my portfolio. You move from the care industry, the UK government gives you a visa for 3 years or 5 years.
So your sponsor then becomes the government?
Yes. So there is a government that's going to give you the visa, but the Tech Nation will have to approve. And once the Tech Nation approves you, it's automatic that you will get a visa. The cost for the Tech Nation and your visa is £706, plus the immigration health surcharge, which is $1,035 for 3 years. You multiply for 5 years. You multiply, and if you are a talented, if you're experienced talent, you get 3 years, and after 3 years you get
your indefinite.
This is the area that I want people to focus on. The other one that I want people to focus on is what we call the innovator visa.
Okay.
Again, is a non-sponsored work route. You don't need to have employment. So you're getting your visa to go and do what you want to do.
Okay.
And as you can see, we have picked up certain areas where you can be an innovator. An innovator doesn't mean that it's an invention. So they're not saying go and invent something that has not been invented. All they're saying is that show us that you've got a unique business idea which is scalable and sustainable.
Okay.
Scalable and sustainable. So, for example, I was thinking about it 2 nights ago, because that is what I do when I want to. I know people like kebab in the UK.
Yeah.
Okay.
My own friend are combining.
So, for example, I know people like kebabs. Okay, and people like goat kebab, and I know there's goat in the UK.
That's right.
And I know you can also import goat from other places, including South Africa. South Africa meat is imported into the UK. Why are we not taking advantage of that? So I will be interested in sourcing the best kebab powder from Ghana and sourcing the best tender goat from anywhere in the world and creating pre-prepared kebab. And what that means is that you get it fresh or frozen. All you need to do is to grill the kebab. And I'm saying that if that's what you're doing and your kebab is tasty, tender, soft, accessible, you should be making thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds every week. And that for you is a business. It's a unique business. Kebab, of course, they sell kebab here. But who imports goods from outside to come and do kebab here? Nobody does. As far as I know.
Yeah.
I used to order venison. Venison is bushmeat in the UK. So there's bushmeat in the UK. Venison is organic. So it's the best meat that you can get. It's expensive. Only few people do it. We like Otwe. We like Akrantie. Right? What else do we like? There are things that we also like. There's something called cane rat. That is a kusie. We also like that. Instead of stuffing the thing illegally in your suitcase to bring it from Ghana, can you not find a way of doing it hygienically so that we get it sent to us in either air freight or by cargo, by frozen, the same as we send meat from South Africa to Ghana? I'm saying this because my friends in Ghana, all they eat is South African ribeye meat. So I know. And it comes fresh, it's not frozen.
And when having said this, this idea just struck me.
Yeah.
People eat snails a lot.
Yeah.
There are people who are having snail farms in Ghana a lot.
Yeah.
Mushroom. People eat that a lot.
Yeah.
And it's becoming a delicacy here in the UK. So if I have that niche where I can rear snails, package them so well, export them to the UK, I can use that to apply for a visa and come here.
Absolutely. You can do that even if you're in Ghana and you can show that you can create the business in Ghana. They will give you a visa from Ghana to come. It's called Innovator. Yes? The Innovator visa is purely for somebody who has a unique business idea, and that business idea is scalable.
It's scalable.
When we say scalable, it means you can take it from 0 to 100 over the period of 3 years. And again, that is a 3-year visa, and you get indefinite leave to remain. So
and it must be sustainable as well.
And it has to be sustainable. And I'm not saying that your focus should just be the visa. I'm telling you that instead of wasting your time on social media,
you have business.
There's a business. And sometimes there are things that we look at. You know, some of us have so many business ideas. But you know my hobby is building, and my other hobby is law. So these two are my hobbies. I'm not involved in any other thing. But there are people who have business minds and can really run with some of this idea. The one I gave about a kebab, for example, there are other things as well. For example, I have a new client who's got a restaurant, and we're going to scale her up. She's now turning over £5,000 a week, not a month. 5,000 a week. A month is about 20-something thousand. A year is almost about 250,000. We want her to run the business and start earning about 1 million in about 2 or 3 years. We will help her to do that. And for me, the ideas that she has, because when I sat down with her 2 days ago, the ideas that she has and my knowledge of how to scale up a business, that's come together nicely. And that is going to help her to get an innovator visa on her own. She's going to sponsor herself. She doesn't need any sponsor. And she's also making money and creating employment. And for the UK government, the interest in this is that your business idea is scalable because you're making money for yourself, you're making money in the UK. Either through import or export, they don't mind. But you're making money in the UK. You're also employing people. And through this employment, you're also paying your taxes. That is all that matters in this. Whether the business is minicar business, whatever you do to beat Uber is up to you, or the new idea that I've got of importing fresh meat. And, I've always said the best kebab is goat kebab. If somebody disagree with me, please put it on there so that we debate it. But the best meat is nicely done goat kebab, which is well seasoned, tender, and you can chew into it. And I'm beginning to have this idea because the best goats in Africa comes from South Africa, not Ghana, not those dwarf goats. There's a goat this high, and they are now importing them into Ghana, and they're doing these goat farms, and that's where my interest is. That's why I'm talking about goat. But also there are other ideas. For example, we've had our type of cakes in Ghana. We've got our achimos. I know Uncle John does a lot of achimo, but unfortunately for us in the UK, because of the food hygiene, you need to be regulated. But I'm saying the cakes that we're used to in Ghana, the Ghana salads that we're used to, is not a dry salad that we eat.
Nah.
Somebody might say it's not healthy, but that's what my dad ate. My dad is 84. And the problem we have in this country is that a lot of our stuff is chemicals. If you can create a food business, and we've put there, okay, this one falls under the self-sponsorship, which I will come to. We're now talking about the innovator
visa, yeah.
So, for example, if you're doing Ghana cake, you're doing the achimos, you're doing the shortbread, you're doing stuff, and you manage to source a nice industrial oven where you're creating this and you're creating employment, again, you can. You see, sometimes I feel that we are lazy in our thinking. We don't think enough, and we always want to be employed, which is not a bad thing. But I'm saying that you have met some brilliant people here. Some of them are designers, and they design for people. They design for big businesses. I've got a guy who does my suits, and the suits he does is the same suits that you have in Savile Row. It's the same. There's no difference in that. The only difference is that in Savile Row you buy for about 2,000. He sells it for just over 1,000. But he's a Ghanaian, okay? And there are many people like that. Kaftan, for example. These days we all wear kaftans. How many people are doing kaftan business here? You don't have to be the designer. You don't have to be the soul.
You can design for that. Create your own brand.
Create your own brand. People will give you a pattern which is already done. You create a business. You can source this business from good tailors in Ghana. You supervise it. And all you're doing is that you're doing your distribution. You design, so you're a designer. And this takes us to the next one, which is self-sponsorship.
Yeah.
So I've talked of two. I've talked of three. I've talked of the HPI, first 50 universities in the world. You don't need any sponsor. Second one is a global talent, and the focus was on tech. But there's also musicians. If you're a good musician, you have to be endorsed by the Royal Society. If you're very good culturally and you do cultural stuff, drumming, all those people have organizations that endorse them. But my focus is tech,
on the tech one.
because we have a lot of tech people. And Ghana, what is going for Ghana now is technology. So there are many people in Ghana who are here doing care. And I'm saying to those people, there's a route for you where you don't need anybody to sponsor you. You don't need to call Uncle Ben and complain that the person that you came to work for is not giving you work. I'm saying that even my personal trainer trains people for cybersecurity. And again, that's an industry that you can do, even if it's training, because once you have the visa, you can set up training, right? To find work, because at the end of the day, you have to earn and look after yourself. But there are areas that we can see. For example, tailoring. We've got tailoring. We've got, what again are that? Let's have that. We've got tailors and dressmakers. We've got vehicle technicians, mechanics, and electricians. We've got bakers, flour confectioners. We've paused there. This is my pet project now. This is my pet project.
Pause here. And I know there's a queue of people to really come consult you. Whoever is in the queue, wait, I am in front. So listen, if you're a butcher assistant, butchery manager, master butcher, or slaughterman, you can contact the experienced lawyers, BWF solicitors, to guide you through the process, and he's going to let us in on that process. Remember, we're live on BWTV. The Community of the Law is the program, and it's brought to you by BWF Solicitors. Senior partner of BWF Solicitors is right here with us and taking us through that. Your text, your emails, and your comments are welcome now. You know what I'm going to ask you to do? Don't call me now. I'm not going to pick calls. Let us absorb the information and get the story right. I know even if he's not in the country and in the studio next week, we will trace him wherever he is to get further detail of that. I'm going to continue. Yes. Now with witches and all that.
Yes. Now, I did mention that when you're doing innovator visa, I did talk about the tender kebab, well-sourced Ghanaian kebab powder, well-prepared and seasoned. But also for you to get a license, because if you're a butcher, you can get a sponsorship license for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so a butcher, which butchers can do well in our community? What are they going to sell? So venison, and I've said venison is one of the most expensive meat. They're very healthy, but they're very expensive in the UK. So you can sell venison. Venison is bush meat. So any bush meat, but please, if you're going to source it, I'm sure you can get it done better and well frozen, or even if it's coming fresh and you're airlifting. These are things that you can discuss, because people take fresh meat out of the UK and people bring fresh meat into the UK from Australia, New Zealand, South Africa. And I say South Africa because it's the closest country to us in Africa, and their meat is one of the best, especially the ribeye, which is very, very popular in Ghana. But let's look at the other ones. TV audio. So all those people who have been repairing my dad's old TV. I know these days we don't repair TV, but if you repair TVs and video and audio services and repairers, again, you can set up a business for yourself. I think we've got one last one. Electricians, electrical fitter, again, that is there. Air conditioning or refrigeration installer, again, that is there. And these are areas that you can do your self-sponsorship. Yes, you can also use these areas for innovator visa. But how you're going to scale it up is a problem.
That's a problem, yeah.
But if you're applying for a sponsor license, you can use this to get a license. So somebody will say, well, I'm here, I'm sponsored. I'm only allowed to do 20 hours for someone. What I'm saying is that you will come out of that business altogether.
Altogether, yeah.
So you're here, you're in care, but you've got knowledge in making cakes and bread, or you can source good meat for us in the community, or you're a dressmaker, you're a designer, so you can get better kaftans for us, or bubu, or the Ghanaian, our ladies, they wear kente cloth and kaba and slate, and these days they are even competing, they're creating wedding dresses with corset in, well stitched, kente, corseted,
and using beads and everything.
Using beads. This is a business. So instead of wasting your time on social media, today my problem is with the people who go on social media and all they do is just to gossip. How people spend time to do that?
Excuse my expression. The annoying thing is they go to denigrate people and attack the integrity of people. Listen, let's make money.
So again, that is an area. For example, there are people who want to have a network of people who will come and buy from them. The emphasis is on an eventual mass production, because that is what will make you money. Beginning, you may have a network of friends and your margins might be small, but the item might be very expensive. But if you could convert this into mass production, getting good tailors in Ghana together, making sure there's proper supervision in there. And even if it's half done and you do the finishing here, again, that's a business for you. Kwaku, and these are some of the things that you can look at. So the 4 areas.
I asked you not to call, and somebody would not even mind me. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kwaku.
Officer, I asked you not to call. What are you doing here on my phone?
Oh, it's been so long. I don't get the time to come on the program. So today I made that time.
You made that time. That's brilliant.
The best man is on air.
What do you? Okay, let me ask you this question. What do you make of the insight he is giving us? What do you make of it?
Can you say it again? I couldn't hear.
What do you make of the insight he's giving us?
Oh, what I'm so impressed about, and I would like to tell everybody, is about the social media thing.
Mm-hmm.
That social media thing is so important. In our community, everybody says on all our wives. I will take my wife out anyway. You sit on in and listen to antenna, which all these things I don't think is making any development in the community at all. I'll be listening to Kwaku and my missus will be listening to antenna. You see what it is? Thank you, Uncle Ben, for bringing us this information for them to stop listening to those things.
Yeah. Well, the other question, once you've come on, let me take you on this one. What I may put you on the spot, but what immediate business idea can come into your head we can develop, upskill, and sustain?
I was thinking of this goat business because Uncle Ben is so.
I told you I'm in front of that queue, so you can come in front of me.
Uncle Ben is so keen with that business, so something might be there. Like Uncle Ben was saying, he's been helping one or two with so I've decided even to make an appointment and come and see him because I want to also do something. But what I'm asking, if you are here and you want to do something like that, is that possible or only when you are coming from outside?
No, I think it's possible to do it in here in the sense that people import fresh music, people import tender music as meat into the country. So it's possible to do it here. I was giving him an example of my own friend Alhassa Kombili, who does the best kebab for the Ghanaian community here in North London. And we go to party in the park every year, and our Kombili's queue is longer than everybody's. That's good business. That's real good business.
That means he can do that startup business, isn't it?
Yes, but he can't satisfy the market all by himself, because I've got a Scottish friend who is a work colleague, and the kind of things he eats rice and peas better than my friend Jamaicans.
Okay.
If you give him wache, which is a better version of rice and peas,
you don't like it.
Don't like it. He's on top of the world.
Oh, okay.
So all these little things. I have a friend who on the Green Street here in Tottenham, on the West Green Road, so to speak, has wache joint.
That's right.
And I go in there every Saturday evening and I buy a bowl of wache for £10.
Nice one.
That's good money.
Like what I'm interested in with the goat meat. You know, goat meat, like the small.
I have told you, you are behind me in the queue.
It's illegal here, you know that.
No, it's not.
Oh, come on.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is. Wales. I had a shop here. I went to court for that.
Maybe you got it from the wrong source, but it's not.
The smoked one.
No.
When I come to London,
what I would ask you to do is seek advice, because it's not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to book an appointment today.
Well, you're most welcome. You're most welcome.
Yeah. I had about is it now? I have to make it 3 questions because I've not been on the program for long. I had a lot to ask.
You have 2 minutes to do that because Uncle Ben hasn't finished giving us the information. So go on quickly.
Oh, is it? Uncle Ben. Good evening, Uncle Ben.
Good evening.
Uncle Ben, my first question is about when you make an application in the UK for leave to remain 2.5, and you realize you have an appointment, emergency back in Ghana, and then you want to go back to Ghana immediately, is there any way? I know if you say you are withdrawing the application, maybe you're not going to get them. Is there any way you can say you want to do a premium service so that you get it quicker? That's the number one question. The number two is if I have a child and I stand on my child to get 2.5, and in that process I had a wife in the country and I married a British, and then I went to Ghana with a British woman, and then we married. If I come back and I start the 5 years with a British woman, can I combine the two for my 5 years and get my indefinite leave to remain? And my last one is the English language concerning the Europeans. If you are going for indefinite, do you have to sit for the English language? Because I remember years back when you were going for indefinite as a British, as a European, you didn't have to sit for. But when you are going for the citizenship, is that still what it is, or you have to sit the English language test and the life in UK and the English at this time? That is my country. Thanks for having me, Kwaku.
Would you want to quickly just hold on for an answer, maybe?
Okay, is that Kofi Antoba?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Good. So, if you put in an application, unfortunately, you cannot change the application to that of priority or super priority. But if you have an emergency, and I mean proper emergency, it's not a made-up emergency, and you've got proof of that, you can escalate or expedite the process of the application. So that's possible. The second one is that no, under 5 years you cannot combine the child route and the partner route, which is very, very silly. It prevents people from getting together with the mother or the father of their child and living together as partners, because then they're worried that if they give me a partner route, the 2.5 that I've spent under the child route obviously will not count towards it 5 years, but it counts towards the 10 years. So for 5 years, it's only one-way route, either partner or parent. When you go to appendix partner or appendix parent, there's something called decision. The decision is that, and having complied with these routes, the route is a parent route, and then the other route is a partner route. So of course, unfortunately, you cannot combine it. Then the next question was you see, the problem with the European route is that because since 2020 they have carved off the European route post 2020 to the immigration rules, but those people who remain under the 2020 rules, for example, you've got a pre-settled status. You don't need to have English language for a settled status. So if your leave to remain says pre-settled status, you don't need English for settled status. However, if you marry a European after 2020, your leave will not be pre-settled status. It will be limited leave to remain. And once it says limited leave to remain, the English is required if you're going for indefinite leave to remain. Okay?
That's
the
wonderful.
goat that you say is illegal is a smoked one. So when you smoke it in Ghana with the car tires, that is why we've got so much cancer in our country. Why people use car tires, which is poisonous, to smoke goat meat, I have no idea. You can smoke it, but you can, so just like you're smoking any other meat, you can smoke it with wood, which is what people use to
that makes it a bit more tastier than the normal with wood.
Yeah, very tasty. Yeah.
Anyway, come join me on the queue. Antoine, thank you very much. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Well, he took the wind out of our sail. But yeah, we're going through the various ways where you can self-sponsor yourself. We reached where I think it was bakery and the confectionery and all the other bits.
Yeah.
How do we progress from there?
Okay.
knowing that it's possible? How do we do it?
Okay. So I don't create confusion. The self-sponsorship is totally different from the three that I mentioned. With the three, if you're an HPI, which is high potential individual, not HIP, please. and not HP, please. It's not higher purchase.
HPI.
HPI.
High potential
individual. You went to any of the 50 universities. The 50 universities changes every time.
Okay.
So you need to check. I mean, those of us who went to the best university in Ghana, University of Ghana, there's only one University of Ghana, which is Legon. We're not there yet, but I know one day we will be there. But the other point that I also made is a global talent. So the global talent is for people who are talented in the area of work in humanities. So when we say humanities, we're talking about things like the religion, the sociology, the economics, and all those things. Science. We're talking about mathematics, architecture, music, culture, design, tech, and digital. But the focus today is on tech and digitalization. So if somebody has an experience in digital industry, you've worked in Ghana or you even worked here in an industry where they are tech business and your knowledge in tech is less than 5 years, you can still do it, but you become a potential talent.
Okay.
And then if your experience is about 5 years, you can do it, and then you become a talented person.
Okay.
And you get 3 years. For the people who have experience of more than 5 years, they get 3 years, and after 3 years, they get indefinite leave. For those whose experience is less than 5 years, they get 5 years, and after 5 years, they get indefinite. So somebody will say, well, lawyer, when they give it to me, do I have to work in the tech business? No. You don't even have to work. You can go and stay home if that's all you want. But why would you go through this and go and stay at home?
Stay at home, obviously, yeah.
The point I'm making is that the care and the other bits is not the only route open to us. The best cases we do here is for people in advertising. For example, project managers, people doing stuff. So we do a lot of work permit for people, a lot, for big advertising businesses and all. Some of these businesses are Ghanaian businesses. Some are not Ghanaian businesses, but we also help them. But the focus for me, I want us to break that care. Everything is care.
We would have to get out of our comfort zone and venture into areas that's more challenging.
That's correct. And that is why I'm saying to you that even if it's not tech, it's not digital, it's not music, it's not science, it's not research, but it's something that my mother could do, which is bread making, cake, proper Ghanaian cake, because our cake is very rich. The cakes we eat here, well, we call it cake. But, those days when my mom makes cake, and again, when, my mother-in-law makes cake, very, very rich cake and bread. And even sometimes at home here, I get bread made for me, fresh from the oven. So these are businesses.
But you always send me back to some of these experiences. Ripe plantain.
Yeah.
We can get proper cake out of that. Very nutritious because it's so well spiced.
Yeah.
You have every ingredient you need in there. Banana.
Yeah.
You can make super banana cake mixed with cinnamon. That's also very healthy.
Yeah.
My producer is talking about that. I think he's been eating that. There is the granite cake that we do and cut the cake and all that. Yeah. People now design them and even our corn dough could be so well designed in a way that you would want to taste that savory thing.
Yeah.
So listen, there's a lot. What Uncle Ben is trying to tell us this afternoon is that, and I said that a bit earlier, get out of your comfort zone and move into an area where you can be on your own. bring out those entrepreneurial skills in you, upscale it, and sustain it. Then the situation where somebody's brought you into the UK and unfortunately they can't get jobs for you to do, and you stand the risk of being prosecuted. Why don't you do it for yourself? A stitch in time, they say, saves 9. We'll take one quick break, and when we come back, we'll ask the big man to put the icing on the cake for us before we draw the curtains down. BWF Solicitors, you are our number one. Okay, we are back, and we're in the final stretch of the program today, the community and the law, and we're looking at what to do if your sponsor's license is downgraded, revoked, or cancelled. And we have looked at several situations, high-performing individual, the innovative license we've talked about, and the self-sponsoring one. Where do you go? Where do you stand? Uncle Ben, can you please sum up for us?
Okay, so first of all, unfortunately, in the sponsor industry, if your sponsor's license is revoked, downgraded, or suspended, it will have an effect on you. So if it's suspended and you've got an application already at the Home Office, the application will not be considered. If it's suspended and you're already working for them, you can continue to work, but you need to advise yourself. If it's revoked, you can't work with them. If you've got an application, they'll refuse it. If you've already got a visa from Ghana, they will advise you not to come. They will cancel your visa. My focus today, or our focus today, is in the sense that people are struggling to find work, or in the sense that people want to leave particular industry because they are unhappy, or they've realized that their sponsor's license has been downgraded or revoked or suspended. What can they do? We've mentioned 4 broad areas, and then one other area which covers a lot of the areas that we always talk about. So, for example, if you have a unique idea, you can do the innovator visa. If you have a particular talent in tech, for example, in music, in culture, in designing, clothing, architecture, humanities, research, science, you can do the global talent. Those people who have experience of up to 5 years, you will be a potential talent. They will give you, you go on a 5-year route. After 5 years, you get indefinite. You don't need anybody to sponsor you. You don't need anybody to sponsor you. The only thing you need is an endorsement from an endorsement body. And what we do is that we work with you to set up all the parameters, build up your business, draw your business plan. We use a business expert, a development. This lady is worked with some of the multi-billion-dollar companies here and in Ghana. So she's very good. Together, we do the law aspect. She does the business aspect. Then you present your idea to the endorsing bodies. They will then endorse you. I mean, that I can tell you.
Yeah.
The other part is those people who have the self-sponsors. So that one, you register a business, a limited liability company, you appoint one of the directors who's got settlement here, they will then issue a COS. But you need to build a business. You need to do a cash flow forecast. You need to do a business plan. We've done it before. Yeah. We've done a business plan. Once you've done a business plan, you've done a cash flow, everybody will take you serious. As I've told you, there's a restaurant who's making 5,000. 5,000 times 53, that's about 250,000 a year, right?
And you're upscaling it to $1 million.
Yes. We said 3 years, we will help her to scale it up to about $1 million, and we will do it. It's no problem. That lady obviously can employ 2, 3, 4 people. Although she's a migrant, she can, because of the business she's created, she can use the business to also employ people once we've gotten her certificate. Hairdressing. So hairdressers used to be on, but now only hairdressing managers. So if somebody's coming to manage your hairdressing, she's not a hairdresser herself. She's not a stylist, but she's a manager. Again, you can do. But we've also seen that tailors, dressmakers. There's one thing that I said, and somebody said, Uncle Ben, you mean the people in Dawson can also get a license? Store. Not STOREO. It's STALL. Store. Omo tonton niema with tables. So no. You can also get sponsorship. But please, before you start calling me, the business for which you're doing the store, can you make 38,000 a year? Obviously. If you're not going to make 38,000, please don't come, because I think that, you know, maybe you are not there yet. But if you've got a brilliant idea and you want somebody to firm it up for you, you can always come or have a chat. But today, what we've done, and we're going to follow up with our videos and our write-up, is that there is another opportunity for you without a sponsor. You can stay here without a sponsor. And that is why we've called the unsponsored route. And we've given you 4 strong areas. And then the one which is a self-sponsor, which means that you have to go and get a license, which again, we can do for you because we do it for many, many people.
And with that, we want to say thank you very much for your time. If you missed any part of today's program, it's live on BWF Solicitors Facebook page and YouTube page. And it will be there until we delete it, and we're never going to delete that. And the internet does not forget. So remember that you visit the page and like the page as well. On behalf of everybody, we want to say thank you very much to the senior partner of BWF Solicitors, Uncle Ben, for spending 2 solid hours with us this afternoon and enlightening us, opening our eyes to the various opportunities there are to get our situation bettered, and of course, getting us to also help our people as well. One thing that I can remember from today's program is that when it came to the UK e-visa thing, there was a 10 million grant for the community. We missed it. Yes, we missed. And I don't want you to miss anymore. So you have to come back same time next week. So we have another edition of the Community and the Law, because there are goodies in here. Uncle Ben, thank you very much.
Thank you, Kweku.
And to you out there, thank you for your time. To my brother Emmanuel, happy birthday once again. Congratulations on your new milestone. To producer and director, Professor Ade, Sheila Ankra, and Padma Dudu for the aesthetics and the admin, and to the BWF Solicitors family. And once again, congratulating Annie on her feat and all that. Well, I'm still being prompted, but time and tide, they say, waits for no man. My name is Owusu Frimpong. Thank you for your time. We'll have another edition, same time next week. Be good.
I was saying